Hello my darlings, I feel like I owe you a really nice long video. So here it is. Look at the sky today, not a cloud.
Well, I have been really busy making a whole clutch of these lovely spring fairies that you might have seen in my latest shorts already. But I haven't shown you any of the process of making them. It seems a shame to just give them away without letting you all have a look first, so here it goes. Oh, and sorry if you are still waiting for the Pisces Zodiac Fairy. I really thought I could keep up the pace of making one of them every month, but it's just not realistic. Anyway, not everything has to get done in the first year on YouTube, so I hope you have more patience than I do. I actually want to enjoy the process of making decent quality videos for you, rather than just trying to churn out content. Because I can already tell that is not going to make me very happy. Well, I do enjoy a bit of pressure to, for example, get enough wonderful creations together, to have a well-stocked table for a fair or a market. I don't want to make that pressure my new lifestyle. Every single item I sell is handmade by me, and it just takes a lot of time. But fairy quality control says good things can't be rushed. That is also not at all the vibe I'm aiming for here. What I am aiming for is much, much more subtle and needs time to be nurtured and gently invited in to come and join us. Let's make it playful, not pressured, exciting rather than exasperating, and wondrous rather than wounding. And maybe get to know each other a little bit better. My name is Nikki, and my little Feldcraft realm I call Aurimora. Welcome my friends, hope you're enjoying spring so far. And where are you all from? I would love to know, so don't be shy and leave us a comment. So now that we have gathered up all of our ingredients, we can start creating. I love that this project gives me a chance to use up some of my scrap pieces of wet felding. Indeed, the whole idea for this seasonal fairy concept was born out of my annual leftovers I get from making my leaf mobiles in the autumn. When I looked at my stash of feathers, velvets and fancy ribbons and yarns, I thought, hey, I could easily make a spring version out of this. The only thing I found that needed changing a bit was the shape of the scrap pieces I was using to form the skirt. The ragged shape of the autumn fairy didn't really work, and I made them more petal shape instead. Once the aim was clear, the fun could begin, and I have assembled quite a few of these cheerful little darlings since, with each one being absolutely unique. I have also strayed from my usual use of Yoo-Hoo glue, and instead I'm using PVA, which is much cheaper and works really well for this project. Another favorite thing of mine are these hair curls I make from silk or merino and use different materials to fix them in shape. Actually, I think I'm gonna run a little trial at the end of this video and see which one of my 3 methods might work the best. Hang on for that one. I made 2 different sizes of these fairies, but you can adapt them to any size you want really. So after making our basic body shape in the size that we want, we can start our spring collage of appealing tidbits to build up a really nice full skirt for our fairy. One essential item to the look are these lovely natural guinea fowl feathers. Their polka dot patterns just add something to the design that says spring in the country to me. Of course, I've never even checked to see what guinea fowl actually look like until this very moment. Turns out they come from Africa. So the country is a continent really. But the whole bird is covered in this amazing dotted plumage that is very popular with crafters. Thank you little birdies for your lovely gift of feathers. Mind, while their plumage is stunning, their facial features might have served as an inspiration for the Skeksis in the Dark Crystal. Oh well, can't have it all. Despite their look so, or perhaps because of it, Guinea fowl like to look at themselves and their own reflections in shiny surfaces. Even muskegs like. Some people like to use them as watchbirds because they're very loud and scare off predators. But back to the fairy. Or I have to rename this episode More Than You Ever Wanted to Know About Guinea Fowl. So, I like to layer up these different design elements of pastel-colored felt scraps, natural and colored feathers of different structures, shapes and sizes, blunt-ended ones for color accent, some ostrich feathers for the wings, and anything that makes for nice natural contrast and gives it a slightly dynamic look, all blends together in the end. When it comes to forming the dress, it is really nice to have some interesting green felt to give it a bit of framing. And in this design, I like to use a velvet material to shape the top of the dress that brings the color scheme together and gives it a bit more of a grounding. You can then add some fancy yarn to the edge of this, or add a bit of sparkle. Depends on your taste, really. I did wonder if I should add some little charms or bells to her waist, but so far I have stuck with adding just a little nest or some flowers or some little eggs. Overall, I like to keep my pieces simpler rather than overloading them with too much detail. Less detail invites in your own imagination to engage with a piece in a different way and to explore it more. It is this gentle curiosity that brings us closer to the fairy realm. It is very fluid and fleeting to our perception, like a precious treasure that is always just a little bit out of reach, but present nonetheless.
of my heart, a flame burns bright, a passion that won't depart, a love that takes flight. My heart sings a song of joy and delight, a melody that's not wrong, a harmony that's right. The stars shine above, a guiding light, a path that I must love, a journey that's bright. Joy and delight, a melody that's not wrong, a harmony that's right. The stars shine above, a guiding light, a path that I must love, a journey that's bright.
So let's try out which type of hair preparation actually works best and has the nicest results. Wallpaper paste. So I've got matching color straws, and I'm just going to put one silk, one merino, one silk, one merino, one silk, one merino, and each of the different rubies. We're gonna go walk. All right. I had to cheat a little bit and put a hairdryer on them for a little while. So that's a paste one. It looks a little bit filmy. Good enough, but if you look closely, you see it's almost like it's got dandruff coming off there. See that? Interesting. No bits coming off that one. And this is PVA glue one. They all look the same, but it's interesting that little bits come off it when you rub it. Looks very similar. And all three of them. A little bitsy. Let's see what we've got here. It's very nice soft color. Looks shiny. A little bitsy paste one. Oh. The paste looks quite nice on merino. Interesting. Yeah, I think the paste is actually decent enough on the merino, which is good because silk is looking really good with hair gel. So, wallpaper paste for merino, hair gel probably better for silk. Result. Ta-da!